Howdy fixers. So today we're going after the alternator on this 2006 Kia Sorento, and you can see there was a cover. It's right there, and there's a couple of 12s that hold it on. That's the general area, and I'm gonna go after my alternator right there. So there's, I think this is a 14, and that's another 14, and then this up here is a 14. So I'm gonna take my 14 loose here on my pulley, and then I'm gonna use the first fourth screw to get my belt off, and then I'm gonna go after that, the rest of the stuff, and I'll show what needs to be done. If you have any questions, just comment down below, and feel free to ask any questions. If you like what I'm doing for you, just give me a like, give me a subscribe, and here we go. So I got this nut loose here on my pulley for my 14 screw, and then I'm gonna go ahead and loosen this, and we're gonna pull it out. Let's see, am I going the right way? Am I going? Yes, I am. Look at that. It's going down. Okay, let's just go down a little bit more. And then I'm going to pull my belt off. Don't have to take it off all the way. Just out of the way. And then I might actually have to take this pulley off in order to get my bolt for my alternator there. And I've already disconnected my battery cable just because I don't want to spark, because I have this up in the air. So that's one of the things that I need to do, is disconnect the battery so you don't spark on anything. So you want to make sure on this pulley, if there's any washers, where they go, so you don't put them on the wrong way if they fall off. Alright, so with that pulley out of the way, you can break this bolt loose, get it out of the way. And there's one up here, which is the same size, the 14. And we're going to bust it loose, if I can get on it. There we go. And bust. Oh, kind of. It's kind of cracking. Here we go. Oh. There we go. Here we go. So we'll get both these bolts out, and then we'll figure out where to go after that. Okay, so with both bolts out, the longer one is for the top, and this one right here my thumb is on, that is for the bottom. So you don't want to get these mixed up. You can, but it's not going to go the way you want it to, because it's going to not bolt in later. So after that, then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get my connector off. For this, there's actually a little, like where my finger is here in the middle of the connector, there's a thing that you push down on, and you work it out. And then there's actually a 10. See my cable right there? There's a 10 that holds that cable on, so I'm going to go ahead and get a small ratchet or a wrench and get that loose, and then we'll talk about maybe prying this out of place. Right now we're kind of in the gap of the axle and the frame, and you look up, there's my ratchet, and it's actually a 12, not a 10, to my surprise. The tail holds the cable nut on, so I've already broke it free, and that's about the best angle I can get it for you. And remember, my battery is already disconnected, so I don't have any risk of any sparks or anything like that. So this is going to be coming off, and now I'm going to pry a little bit. Okay, so now that everything is loose, there's a prying spot right there and right here, depending on how bad it's stuck in there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pry here just a little bit and have it pop out. So now that the bottom is popped, I'm going to kind of snake this back in here. And I'm going to, yeah, so you can see how floppy it is. And it's going to come out eventually. Once that comes out, I'm hopefully going to snake it through this hole right here. Hopefully it's going to come out right there. If it doesn't, I'll have to get creative and figure something out. But I'm going to put you down for a sec. Okay, now that it's off, I kind of orientated it to the way it is now. And I'm trying to pull it out this way, but it's still getting stuck on this. So I'm hoping that if I undo these, I think these are 14s, but don't quote me on that. I think they're 14s. Take these off, and this bar should come down and give me just a little bit more room for this to come. Okay, so I've already taken two off on the other side, so pop these off real quick. There he goes. So now, so there's actually a 17 that holds on the sway bar links. You can take those off on both sides, then it'll come up and you can get your alternator out. So I got my alternator in there, that's new to me, and we're going to get our sway bar links back in place and tighten our 17s, and then put everything back together and be done with it. So you want to get your belt back into place and make sure that's good and tight. Sounds kind of like a guitar string when it's tight. You should be good to go. Now it's running and it's charging, so that's it. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe for more helpful tips and tricks.